You think you deserve to main event WrestleMania just because you knocked some guys over the ropes at the Royal Rumble? That's not skill, that's luck. The biggest luck of the draw I have heard in my entire life. I talked to the GM. You're fighting me next week. If I win, I take your place at WrestleMania. What the hell, CM Punk? Is this... Why? Next week will be one of the biggest main events in WWE history. CM Punk will take on Jett Storm. The winner will move on to WrestleMania as the #1 contender to a championship of their choosing, even though I already chose that I was going for the WWE Championship. I don't know what CM Punk did to get this matchup, but I call hacks. I won the Royal Rumble. I should be in the main event of WrestleMania. You've no right whatsoever. But, this is how career mode does things. So CM Punk, I guess it's, an interesting kind of plot twist, air quotes around plot twist, that, it gives Jett Storm something to do leading up to WrestleMania. Rather than building a storyline with the champion, we get some sort of intense rivalry where they have back and forth exchanges, maybe a promo or something to really build it up, sell the pay-per-view, sell the network. Nah, we'll just have Jett Storm face CM Punk, and we'll have Jett Storm put his shot at WrestleMania on the line, because that makes sense. I mean, we did it at Fastlane, and that worked out so well, it totally wasn't predictable or anything. I don't know. I'm really not going to turn this into that episode where I just harp on the current state of WWE, because, anybody can do that. That's what my Twitter is for. Not really. I haven't been watching Raw, actually, recently, so... But really, I mean, my Twitter account is basically just like an instant outlet for rage with WWE whenever I watch an event. But I haven't been doing that lately. So basically, my Twitter account is like, maybe like once a week there's a tweet. And this is not counting the upload, the obligatory tweets where it's like the video has been uploaded to YouTube with this episode of this series. And I personally don't like it when people have their YouTube account linked with Twitter when it's like, I liked a video, I added a video to this playlist, I uploaded a video, and then when you see like 5 tweets when it's all for one video, I don't know. That's just me though. I don't follow many people though, so it's not really a big concern. I don't spend my life on Twitter. No, I spend it on YouTube. No, I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm saying. This is what happens when Jett Storm is competing in the ring against Justin Gabriel. We're supposed to be going to WrestleMania. And instead of facing somebody, Justin Gabriel is one of those opponents I should have faced, like, 30 episodes ago when I was debuting in the WWE. Why am I facing him now? I guess they want to build up the whole squash match thing. They want to make Jett Storm look strong. That's what the goal is here. That's why Storm is facing Justin Gabriel. And now look, he's got him in the corner, elbows to the side of the head. Look at this, Jett Storm, so aggressive, so strong. But anyways, I mean, Justin Gabriel's a really talented competitor. I don't want to sell him short. It's just unfortunate that he kind of sort of got lost in the shuffle in WWE. But he is a really talented wrestler, so you got to think tonight, I mean, probably not tonight, because really, I mean, he's just the jobber in this instance. But had career mode set up this matchup, 20, 30 episodes ago, we could have had a good match out of this. Justin Gabriel would have made a good rival for Jett Storm debuting in the WWE. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. And now Jett Storm, calm before the storm, which is going to set Justin Gabriel up for that signature finisher pin combination. Jett Storm kick to the gut of Justin Gabriel. And here we go. Jett Storm, storm out. And that's it. Jett Storm hits the somersault cutter. And that's it. Good night, Irene. Justin Gabriel, you are done. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. That is it. Jett Storm gets the win over Justin Gabriel, which means it is now time for Jett Storm to go one-on-one with the self-proclaimed best in the world, CM Punk. And Jett Storm, there's a lot on the line for this matchup. He cannot afford to lose. Because if Jett Storm loses, he's not going to WrestleMania. No WWE Championship match, no main event at WrestleMania, nothing. Jett Storm, done. He loses everything. So Jett Storm really has nothing to gain, while CM Punk has everything to gain out of this matchup. Because CM Punk he works like that. CM Punk, he's the best in the world for a reason. Best in the world on the mic, in the ring, and you could, even though it's a bit questionable as to how he's getting this opportunity, I mean, can you really argue that this man is not deserving of a main event at WrestleMania? I think that's a tough argument to make. He may be kind of a jerk to work with at times, but I mean, in the end, he works. He works. I mean, he's one of the hardest working people in the WWE today. Well, I guess last year, 2 years ago, he would have been. But, for the sake of this mode, he's one of the hardest working people in the WWE. So, I mean, I guess I can accept the fact that CM Punk is, I can accept the fact that he is deserving of a main event at WrestleMania, but the booking for behind this match just isn't really there. It had 1 week where Punk... Now, this is turning too much into a harp on career mode thing, which that's not what this video is for. If I wanted to do that, I'd make a proper review of my career mode where I could harp on everything. But I'd still say that, even though this mode is it's a bit frustrating at times, a bit confusing, it just seems to be kind of scatterbrained at times. It's a good foundation for a mode. Ultimately, that's kind of what WWE 2K15 is. It's a good foundation for a future game, but honestly, if you... Oh, and this brings up the whole topic with the recent release of, if you get a newer game, like if you get WWE 2K15 now on at wherever, it was GameStop, Amazon. So basically, if you get it anywhere, almost anywhere, if you get WWE 2K15, you can get the season pass for free. That doesn't sit well with me at all. Now, I don't want to take too much time to talk about this, but I mean, really, by this point, the avid WWE gamers, the people who are loyal to the franchise, want to see it succeed, and they want to play this game, they wanted to play this mode and everything, they have already purchased the game, and they've most likely already purchased the Showcase DLC pass. And now 2K decides, the people who are getting the game now, who probably aren't real, the fan... Now, I understand this, it's probably some sort of marketing move where they can, if the game isn't really selling all that well, this wouldn't be a bad marketing move, I guess. But I feel like it's just it's just like stabbing the loyal fans in the back, the people who've already purchased the DLC, because now I feel like, for me, for example, I didn't buy all the DLC, the WCW pack, I didn't buy that. I didn't buy the Hulk Hogan thing. I pre-ordered the game from my local game store, but you know the whole deal with that, where I don't know if I ever properly explained it in a video, but I bought the game at it wasn't a GameStop or anything. It was a local store nearby. I pre-ordered it even, so I was hoping to get Sting. Didn't happen because the GameStops and all the bigger stores just got all the copies, so my local game store got kind of ripped off, which was unfortunate. And I wasn't upset with the game store, it was just kind of the situation just kind of got me a bit peeved, but that was back in November. I've since made peace with this. So I ended up downloading the game off the PlayStation Store, so I ended up having to buy the Sting DLC, which is kind of unfortunate, but I could have got it with the pre-order bonus, but whatever. So I had to wait a little bit to get Sting, but I did buy that. Didn't buy Hogan, didn't buy the WCW pack, because really this year, I mean, the Showcase DLC pack was like $5 extra than it was last year, and then we had all this extra stuff like NXT, the Moves pack, which were all like $7, I think, individually. I felt like I had to give a lot of money for this year's game, which I'm not really complaining about it because I bought the stuff. So, I mean, ultimately, if I absolutely could not stand it, I wouldn't have bought it. But I just feel like, and then to give it all away for free. Now I understand that not all the DLC was part of the showcase pass, but I'm not happy with it at all. I understand that there's like a marketing reason behind it. Game's probably not selling all that well. I would imagine people returning the game or whatever, because WWE 2K15 seems to get a lot of negative feedback this year. Which, I mean, it's kind of unfortunate. I mean, I can understand there are flaws with this game, but this is the internet. People tend to be really negative about things as opposed to being constructive about it. So it's kind of unfortunate. But, things happen. Everything happens for a reason. That's what I believe. And, this is the foundation for the game. And, it's a foundation for future games. They had to move to the next-gen consoles. I can understand that you have to build the modes from scratch. And that's just kind of relates to the whole 5-star wrestling game that kind of came out. I mean, people complain about the graphics and everything like that, and the gameplay. I think it looks, just because it looks like a PlayStation 2 or a PlayStation 1 game in my opinion, but, it makes it, there's a lot that goes into developing a game. I don't know what all that is, but there's a lot that goes into it, and I can understand there are limitations. I mean, 2K, they had the time, and they, hopefully next year, I'm hoping that they do bring some of the modes back, because now they have the year to kind of bring some of the newer modes into this, into WWE 2K16. But I mean, some people aren't really that patient. Some people aren't willing to wait. They just kind of want the game. I mean, I don't know. There was a lot of things I feel that were overhyped with 2K15, but when mostly, I mean, it stepped up the graphics, which did, I think, need an improvement. But I mean, the gameplay isn't that bad either. I mean, it's the whole simulation style. I think that makes for some good videos. I mean, I think the matches, I don't really feel like they changed all that much. I mean, now that I've been playing, I'll have to go back and play WWE 2K14 again sometime and just kind of compare the gameplay. But I really haven't noticed much of a difference. It hasn't been anything jarring that's just like, oh my god, this is so different. I don't like it. This game, it doesn't even feel like a WWE game. I haven't really had that. I almost barely notice the gameplay changes at all. But it's really fluid. I think everything flows nicely. I'm not really an online WWE gamer, so I can't really say anything about the servers. Community Creations has been working well. They did improve a little bit some aspects of the Creation Suite, although this year it is very limited. But I mean, I don't know, you gotta take this year's game with a grain of salt. Personally, if I was to suggest, if you're a collector, if you like to kind of have the whole collection of WWE games, I would definitely say this is worth buying. Whether you get it for the PS3 or the PlayStation 4 is up to you. I think I've said this before, but if you don't have the PlayStation, like if you don't have a next gen console, I apologize. I just kind of ignored the Xbox, but it gets kind of tricky when you gotta say like, oh, 360, PS3, did it, all that. I'm a Sony guy, so I'll just say PlayStation 4. You know what I mean? But when you like have if you don't have an next-gen console, which I'm sure by this point most people do, but I wouldn't suggest buying a next-gen console just for this game, which I did. But I'm a YouTuber, so I kind of had to. It just comes with the profession, I guess. But as for this year's game, I definitely would say this is a game that you can pass on. Just kind of wait for 2K16 to see how things play out. And now that I've been playing 2K15, it gives me kind of I've come to appreciate WWE 2K14 a bit more, because really, in thinking about it, WWE 2K14, some people were calling it like WWE 13.5, and everyone was just kind of waiting for that next-gen console, like the jump to the next-gen, and things were going to get, improved by whatnot. So I felt like WWE 2K14 was overshadowed. It was just kind of that filler game that just sort of is kind of there to hold us over until the next-gen WWE 2K15 comes out. When, in the end, there wasn't really anything wrong with 2K14, in my opinion. I enjoyed the game. I feel like it was actually a really good game. It was very solid. It had, all the story designer. I mean, there was a lot you could do creative-wise with that game. And, just with the limitations that this year's game has had, I mean, I like WWE 2K15. I still think it's a good game. I've enjoyed playing it. I've enjoyed making the videos, but, you know, I have come to appreciate WWE 2K14 a bit more. And, you know, this is just sort of a learning experience for me, and I would think for the WWE Games community, just to kind of be grateful for some of the things you have, because you never know when they'll be taken away, when you'll lose it. And that's just sort of a life lesson in general with how things go. But I mean, for now, even if this year's game isn't that great, if you don't like it, play some of the older games. It can give you, maybe a better appreciation for some of those games. It's how it was for me in SmackDown vs. Raw 2009. I didn't really like the game because it didn't really have GM mode in it. I still played the game, I enjoyed it, but I didn't like it up to the standards of like 2008, 2007, 2006, where, I mean, they all had the GM mode that I really enjoyed playing. It was like the season mode and whatnot. I don't know. Just overall, 09 I felt paled in comparison to 2008, 2007, 2006. I never really looked at it much in terms of the gameplay, and I still really don't. But that's just my personal opinion. Some people may think that 2009 was the greatest game that they've ever played in the WWE series. I mean, that's just how opinions go. But I mean, now, I've got, once again, making the reference, I've got 2006 in my hands right now as we speak, because I'm doing this commentary after the Universe episode 36, and I have it right here with me. I got it. This commentary is completely off the rails. It's completely on a tangent, but it seems like, with career mode, this is also kind of what happens when I talk for so long. With career mode, there's not a lot I can talk about, not too much backstory, so it's almost kind of like a discussion series, I guess, at times. But yeah, I've got 2006 with me. Can't wait to start up this series. At some point today, I work later, but at some point I don't know how much longer I'm going to be doing commentaries for. Because I'd just like to get a little bit of a stockpile now, because I'll be busy the next, just sort of upcoming. I've got to be testing for my driver's permit, so that's going to be something, that's going to be a big step in life for me. And just other things coming up, like, anything else that just I have coming up. I'm going to be kind of busy the next week or so. I mean, especially with WrestleMania coming up, Slammy Awards, which, instead of having those broken up into, like, separate smaller videos, it's all just going to be one video. Just in case, you don't watch my Universe mode. Maybe you're just here for career mode. And if you're still watching the video by this point, leave me a comment down below. How about, I want you to say, in the quotes that I'm putting right now, quote, Pokeverse mode. Just to say, if you're still watching the video, if you're watching at this point, if you sat through my entire commentary, comment down below Pokeverse mode, just so I can kind of see who all watches my career mode. And also let me know if you watch Universe as well. I mean, because I'd imagine there are some people who just watch my career mode series. There are some people who just watch my Universe mode series. That's how things go. I mean, you could be somebody, you could make like Pokemon videos, and you could make like NBA videos or something, and maybe, you have a Pokemon audience, you have an NBA audience. That's just how things go. You don't have to watch every video on the channel, and that's what's cool about YouTube. You can pick and choose what you want to watch. And if you didn't enjoy this video, you have probably left by now. You have that choice. But Jett Storm is looking to finish off Goldust here, measuring him. Neck breaker right there! And down goes Goldust. But yeah, like I said in a previous episode with GM mode, I want to wait closer towards the end of career mode before I start uploading the GM mode for 06. And it's going to be interesting, because I got to figure out how to set up the Elgato to record for the PlayStation 2. Now, I did find a video on that, and I have it, bookmarked. I got it that I can reference, but still, just the process of setting everything up is could be a bit tricky. But hopefully everything works out, and hopefully I'll have a fun time recording this series. It's gonna be a bit of a nostalgic series, just like the 2008 series was. But here we go now. Jett Storm measuring Goldust here, and Storm out right there. That is gonna do it. Good night, Goldust. Count to over 9,000. This match is gonna be it. It's over. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. Jett Storm is victorious here tonight. Jett Storm gets the win over Goldust. Our big matches this week This is my destiny, and I will not let you take it away from me. Best of luck. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for WrestleMania. Keep on YouTubing.